Hi there and welcome back, friends of a thoughtful gaming experience. This is your host, Emmanuel Can, and we're going to continue with our Torment Tides of Numenera Let's Play and Explore of the beta early access version, patch 1. So it's fresh from the start. And we're looking at a suspiciously shaped building which was under the glowing dome. If you've already tried the game, there's this glowing dome. We have managed to dismantle the glowing dome and have access to this strange, thing, which is, you see the eye here, the flickering eye, which is an omniscope, an alien technology, and we don't know why we remember it, but we can look into time and space there, and there's much to see, which we will do now. It will be a great delve into history, and maybe we will find something important for us. We don't know. And there's another interface here, which we'll examine before that, because it seems a different interface than standing directly here. So this appears to be a control interface made of metal and synth. It is dominated by a map of Sega's cliffs. To one side are a number of symbols you cannot immediately identify, and filling the lower right quadrant is some sort of cube within a cube. Strange as the panel is, you can't shake a strong sense of familiarity about it. Examine it closely. The map of Sega's has a number of locations highlighted, some of which you recognize. There are 4 symbols next to the map. A circle that looks like the sun, a cluster of several suns, a triangle of 3 eyes, and what looks like a crystal lattice. All the symbols are lit, except for the crystal lattice. Larger than all 4 symbols is the cube within a cube, which you suddenly remember is called the Tesseract. It's embossed in the metal, but it appears nothing. But it appears to be moving. We'll try to remember why this feels familiar. We have such a good knowledge, so let's try that. We can only move it to challenging, which is, in my experience, about a 50-50 chance. Success. A memory emerges as clear as if it were happening to you right now. You are at a cracked door at the base of a stairwell. The door squeaks quietly as you ease it open. Your breath catches in your throat, but the Tabat soldiers outside don't notice you. You squeeze through the door, a keen-eyed young girl behind you, and slip out of the tower, down the blood-stained corridor, and into the city. The city is under attack. You dash through the streets to the nearest of your generators. Pressing a couple of buttons, you and the girl are teleported elsewhere. You find yourself in front of the very same control panel atop the cliff. With quick movements, you shift the Tesseract, slipping the controls from space to time. Then you press the cluster of eyes to connect the network of temporal shield generators. On the map, the network of generators bursts to life, sharing energy across the city to create an enormous shield over all of Sega's cliffs. The shield of the changing god defeat the Tabat that we heard from the Tabat general that is still alive. Oh man. The dome of energy fills the sky, unmooring the city from time itself. On the other side of the shield, the world shifts and shimmers, objects and landscape appearing and disappearing before your eyes. The place is the same, you realize, but you're seeing it in many different time periods at once. The important thing is that no one can enter or exit the dome while the city is temporarily unmoored. That should buy the city's defenders the space they need to fight off the Tabat and survive. The memory fades. You stand above Caravanserai again. The control panel is the same as the one from your memory, and you understand what at least some of these controls do. We'll try to determine the purpose of the various interface elements then. You stare at the controls for several minutes, but you can make no sense of them. It might be easier if you just try them to see what happens. And it seems like we know how to connect to the network. So connect the current network by pressing the sun cluster. Maybe this is a remnant of the cartographers we've heard about. The people who were living far in the past and who created also the foreman in the underbelly. The bright points on the map grow even brighter. The platform beneath your feet hums with the growing warmth. Thin strands of energy, barely visible in the sunlight, stretch across the city between each location of the map. At the same time, faded lines appear on the map, connecting each point, a network of generators which this panel controls. Then with a loud pop the energy fades, the humming stops, and everything returns to the way it was. We'll touch the sun symbol. The platform hums. The air pops and sizzles. For a few seconds, activity outside the platform shifts. People flicker in and out. Caravanserai changes. First the ships, then the buildings themselves. You see them as old and deteriorated, then new, then under construction on the bare rock, all within seconds. Your platform remains steady, but outside it is as if time is shifting as swiftly as the sea. The platform shudders suddenly, then clicks off. The air cools and quiets, and Caravanserai returns to the way it was. It seems after keeping the energy dome active for so long, centuries or longer, the platform no longer has enough power to remain active. Aha. Touch the three eyes. The map changes color. Each of the bright points lights up in turn, occasionally stretching a faded line from one point to another. After a minute of this, the map fades. A voice speaks the truth directly into your mind. Temporal network connections limited. Please repair the network. The crystal lattice next to the map lights up. Let's touch it. Maybe we can repair. Again, the map lights up and changes colors. The lines between each point grow and fade. Some of them grow solid and then disappear, while others have gaps in them that never light up at all. After several minutes, the activity ceases, and the voice speaks to you again. Could not restore network. Temporal connections have deteriorated beyond repair. Please consult your system conservator immediately. You can't raise the shield again, like in your memory, but the network once had another purpose, you remember. In the memory, you used the Tesseract to shift the controls from time to space. Perhaps if you shifted it back. Let's touch it and do it. The Tesseract is embossed in the metal itself, but as soon as you touch it, the impossible cubes shift and move with your fingers. With unfamiliar gestures, you rotate the Tesseract. The inner cube squeezes out and becomes the outer cube, while the outer cube becomes the inner one. Some of the locations lit up on the map change. Among other locations, 2 new lights appear in Caravanserai, one marking the platform where you're standing. The outer cube moves in space, no longer flickering as it was before. Presumably, the controls are now set to its spatial dimension. It's a teleporter now, not a time machine. The crystal that is next to the map dims again. And activate the platform. Let's see. The entire platform hums to life, and a sphere of electricity shimmers about 5 meters above your head. After a few moments, the humming winds down. The sphere fades, and all is silent again. Yeah, well. Examine again. We'll leave that alone. So it's... we need to repair it, I think. And then we can select where to go. You can look at the view screen now. The view screen displays the junkyard north of Sage's cliffs. It's cluttered with thousands, perhaps millions of years of debris from the prior worlds. Strange plants and vines are growing over and between everything, reclaiming the land. The image in the view screen changes rapidly, showing the junkyard over many years. And we already had that, so... Change the readout selections at random. Yeah. What location could interest us though? The bloom is definitely interesting. We can... No. Maybe we can... Maybe we can select Cliff's Edge. And then find the adversary. Let's try that. And approximate times. We will look at the present. And access the view screen. Dozens of buildings are built into the cliffside. Many of them hang precariously over the sea below. People of this area are for the most part rough and bitter. They don't live on the edge by choice. We'll leave for now, I think. We'll have to make sense of this thing later. We'll have to repair it, probably. Can we see from here? Nothing new. Let's climb down. Try to climb back down the cliff. It takes enormous effort not to look down. You manage to scale the cliff one hold at a time. Before you know it, you've reached the ledge. And let's go back to the caravanserai, shall we? Because we have no way to activate this thing. We'll have to go to Fulsome now, though. Tell him about what we found out. Go up the ladder. Oh, now we're coming out there. Ah, that is good. That is a shortcut in there. I think we're coming out near the Silver Orphans and the Caravanserai. We should talk to Fulsome, though. Maybe he knows more. Before we are leaving another time. Let's close this and we'll have to go down somewhere here. We're 4 now. Now that's really happy times we're in. Even if like all the people except Tybeer are kind of not satisfied. Let's go down again and look. Where could we? I think here was... the right way. Is this down to the underbelly? I hope so. Yeah, we're lucky. Yeah, month par. That is really bad. Shouldn't have talked to Fulsome, but maybe it would have happened anyway. I don't know how the system works here. It's really odd. But I think it's a good system. So Matkina is following us, but she's blue now. That's Fulsome. His hands are shaking fists at his side, as if he wants to strike someone, but has no target. Another murder has occurred, he says. Month par was a wandering jack and of occasional use to me. Now he is dead. He bears a crescent of gritted teeth that you work harder, godling. My people are dying. I've discovered that the children of the Endless Gate may be involved in Weedle's murder. Interesting, he says, glancing at the Dendra Herd Chapel. Imbitu told me the group had been crushed long ago. I would count it a favor if you continued your investigation. Speak with Imbitu and his acolytes. Tell me if you believe one of them is responsible. Scan thoughts. Imbitu called the sect an infection once. Perhaps they have a relapse. Goodbye and thank you. So... let's go back up here. I think somewhere here was the Dendra or her. Yeah, yeah. Meet me, yeah. We will do that. Look at the infection that is. And stop these annoying murders from happening. There's someone really hungry there, the acolytes, I guess. And we'll find that out soon. So, thank you for watching. If you like this episode, please come again and watch when we hopefully finally find the murderer that is responsible for that. In the cult of cannibals, the Dendra or her. Happy gaming to you. This is Immanuel Can signing out. Thank you for watching.